Are you confident that Buemi can return to the top step of the podium this year?
Absolutely. I mean, in testing, he seemed to have finally got that envision where he wanted to. He left Nissan because he wasn't competitive anymore. He didn't like the team. They fell out. A lot of problems there. Went to Envision. Didn't have a great first season, but this second season as well in Gen 3 seems to have got it all together. He seems to be a lot more relaxed in the team. I mean, he was telling David Coulthard in the car yesterday on the way back to the podium about how he's 37. Look, there he is finishing in second position. But he did so well, and compared to his teammate Robin Frijns, who didn't go off the line well because there was a problem with the launch, well, not the launch control system, but the launch system wasn't synchronized. So as soon as they hit the accelerator from zero as well, a hard hit down, the car just didn't stick and effectively went into an anti-stall that you see in a normal road car. So a lot of work for them to do there to get the power back, but perfect weekend for Buemi finishing in P2 there. And I definitely think that he can go a step further and take a race win. More likely we'll see him in race winning forms on track that he does well at later on in the season when we hit back in the Europeans.
Yeah, I think it's likely that we'll see him finish on the podium and go towards the front. Qualifying has always been a real strength of Buemi's. He took, when he went to Envision, he took those 2 pole positions last year in, I think, Diriyah and Berlin. So certainly the powertrain underneath him, because it's not significantly different apart from some software updates from last year. It's the hardware is homologated from season 9 last year into season 10 this year. So the Envision, we saw how strong it was in the hands of Nick Cassidy, who's moved over to the factory Jaguar team and, of course, finished on the podium just behind them, which I think we're going to talk about in just a moment. But yeah, Buemi, it was interesting on the radio. They sort of told him, "Oh, just sort of stick behind and keep under consuming," I think was the message they sent when Pascal retook the lead off of him. And it looked a little bit like the safety car had helped, but Buemi still had that another attack mode that you had to go into, which is why Pascal Wehrlein was able to retake the lead and then never really look back. So you get the sense that when Porsche ran an investigation, Buemi sort of thought to himself, well, rather than risking running out of energy at the end, I'll just hang behind and hope that Wehrlein gets a penalty or a disqualification that bumps me up a place. But I think it was interesting because Cassidy looked a lot stronger than him in the second phase of the race, but could not find a way through. So I think Buemi has still got a few things to improve on, and we haven't quite seen the best of Robin Frijns yet, who had a bit of a messy first race back with his old Envision team. But yeah, I think there are good signs for Buemi. He needs to keep that up and again stay consistent. But I think he'll take a lot of positives out of this, and it certainly puts Envision, the reigning teams champions, in good stead in their sort of teams championship defense going into 2024.